My name is Zachary Stachewski, and I'm the Assistant Director of Alumni Engagement at Carroll, as well as a graduate of Carroll myself from the class of 2011. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Laura, for hosting our conversation tonight and sharing more about your experience.
Hi, everybody. My name is Laura Schenk. I am the Family Services Manager at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Eastern Wisconsin, and I am really excited to have the opportunity to chat with you all about this amazing organization and the importance of service and giving back in your community. But before we dive in, I wanted to start with a quick introduction of myself and a small overview of my time at Carroll. So at Carroll, I attended the university all 4 years of my college career, and I was lucky to be able to immerse myself in so many different aspects of campus that you can see listed there on the screen. Each area of campus that I was involved in opened more doors to new opportunities, which allowed me to learn a lot about myself in the process and pursue the passion that I found for service and helping others during that time. Some high-level point outs here. I majored in public health and minored in healthcare administration. I was a 4-year member of the softball team and a manager for the football team. I really enjoyed being a campus ambassador, hosting recruits, doing tours for incoming students on their tour and visit dates. And I mean, if you look in the top right there, did you ever attend Carroll without spending a brunch with Gert? I don't know, guys. One of my top reasons why I chose to attend Carroll was because my values were very closely aligned with the university's values. Carroll University fosters an environment of service, leadership, and giving back to the surrounding community, which is something that is and was very important to me. Carroll's Day of Volunteering is designed to provide you with opportunities to put others first and support organizations who need your help. I really can't stress the importance of getting involved enough. There are so many organizations who depend on volunteers to bring their missions to life. And the best thing that you can do is find a cause that you care about, find ways to help, and share them with your network. Here, I just have pointed out a few pictures that were highlights during my days of service during my time at Carroll. Down on the left here, we did Feed My Starving Children quite a few times as a softball team. And then Amy Grudecki had pointed out the gathering there, which we volunteered at with some other alumni. And then we were also a part of Team Impact, which is another great organization that I still love dear to my heart this day. On campus through some clubs that I was involved in, we did some fundraisers for breast cancer. We raised money for a staff member whose daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. Did some stuff with Habitat for Humanity and a lot of other organizations during my time. So now that you know a little bit about me and my background, I'm super excited to be able to tell you all about the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Eastern Wisconsin. The mission of the Ronald McDonald House Charities is to keep families together and promote the health and well-being of children. So basically what we do is provide a place to stay for families who have children receiving medical care at local hospitals. Our Ronald McDonald House is located on Watertown Plank Road across from Children's Wisconsin. Our house is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, which is no small task in itself. So this is our house video from 2019, which will show you what it's like to spend a day in the life as a patient at the Ronald McDonald House. Each year, we try to create a video that captures different aspects of our mission and the purpose behind it. And this is just one example of a family who calls our house home, which I will play for you now. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound. Give me a thumbs up. Perfect.
Gavin, he is quite the special guy. So we started our journey in January of 2018. We met with the oncology team and learned that he had glioblastoma, which is a very aggressive form of brain cancer that typically isn't found in someone his age. It was while he was in his surgery that a social worker came and talked to me about being able to stay here at the house. And when we first started coming, he didn't talk to anyone. He stayed in the room as much as possible.
At the time, I just didn't want to believe that I had cancer. I didn't want to believe that I was going through all this, so I kind of just, decided to take it out on the house and also on my mom, which, yes, I sincerely apologize. Later on, I realized that it's quite a great place to be. We have appointments every day when we're here, and rather than having to go back and forth from home, we have somewhere to stay and eat and not worry about how we're going to get here the next day.
The process usually is we get here and we come to the front desk and let them know that the Bartles family is here to check in. And Gavin and I always bring a treat. And our ritual is that him and I try to guess which floor we think we're going to be on. And then we don't tell them. So then they go and check the board and figure out which room they can put us in.
And they go and pick our room. And if we get it right, we win the prize and we get to keep it. But if we lose, we give it to them. But in the end, we always share.
He's got quite the famous reputation here. Because of his positivity and kind of the way he carries himself in a fun-loving manner, he likes to kind of be a jokester at the house with the staff. He's got little funny things that he likes to do.
I was here with a couple other friends and my brother, and we were kind of bored, and so we went down to the basement and printed out 50 pictures from the Avengers, and we put them in closets, we put them in refrigerators, we put them in cupboards, we put them everywhere. And we thought it was hilarious because, people just open something and they see it. And
I actually was receiving pictures from families here that over the 2 weeks that we were gone, they were finding them in various places like the cleaning closet and the cupboard. And I think that's what's really cool about Gavin, that he can take a very difficult situation and find a way to have some fun, not just for him, but for the other people that are staying here and the staff.
Me and my mom, we do our fist bump right when we leave the parking garage, right when we step on the bridge going to the hospital.
Kind of our way of saying, we got this. Whatever happens when we cross that bridge, we got this, and we're doing this. We're in it together.
On the way back, we give each other a big high five because we made it through there, and we're happy to be heading out of there because it was a long day.
One of the really wonderful things about the house is that in a world where you're worried about treatments and getting where you need to go and things being covered, this is the one thing you never have to worry about. You know that, regardless of your ability to pay, you're able to stay here. And it's such a crucial part of treatment and part of getting through this journey. And there's so many burdens that as a parent we kind of carry, but this is one we don't have to carry when we stay here.
It's not just a hotel or like a place for you to stay. It's more of a place for you to kind of forget about what you're going through at the time and, not worry about that and kind of have fun and relax and enjoy your time here and not really have to worry. I'm most grateful with my mother. I know no matter what I say or I do to her, I know she is always going to be here for me and she will never leave me. And she tries 110%, I swear, when she's here with me at all times. I think the house has helped my mom by kind of having other people here supporting her, and she supports the other people. And she made friends, not just friends, we have family here now. And that really kind of helps us get through all this.
I am most proud of Gavin for the way that he's carried himself through this difficult diagnosis and the prognosis that he's facing. He is incredibly positive. He does not choose to let this get to him. He lives every day with strength and he just keeps going. And he's not going to let his cancer diagnosis define him.
Alrighty, so as you guys saw there, that's just one example of a family who calls our Ronald McDonald House a home. I'm not sure that there's much I can do to top what Gavin had to say, but I'm going to continue to try here, so we'll move forward. Since opening our doors in 1984, we've served over 48,000 families. Our house serves all Milwaukee area hospitals, with approximately 90% of our guests coming from Children's Wisconsin. Last year, we also served families from Rogers Memorial Hospital, Aurora Women's Pavilion, and Freighter. To be eligible to stay at the Ronald McDonald House Charities, a patient must be 21 years of age or younger and cannot live within the 4 surrounding counties of Milwaukee, just because we try to save our rooms for the families who need them the most. So this kind of shows you here where our families come from. The majority do reside in Wisconsin, but we have also served families from all 50 states and 47 different countries around the world. So a little bit about our house here. We have 70 guest rooms in our house, which means that we can house up to 70 families on any given night. Our average length of stay for a family is about 7 nights. However, we have families who stay for 1 night, we have families who stay for over a year, and we have everything in between. So our house has 70 guest rooms. 13 of those guest rooms are long-term rooms. We have 9 different kitchen spaces around the house for families to use, 550 volunteers, 33 staff members, 21 board members, and we've gone through 2 expansions since 1984. Can't talk about the house without talking about our volunteers. We have nearly 550 volunteers with dedicated positions in the house who have ranged from ages 14 to 101. Our volunteers come to us with a wealth of experience, offering their time and talents in many ways. Our van drivers provide transportation for our families back and forth from the hospital and to local grocery stores when needed. Our hospitality volunteers are essential to keep the house running smoothly, and they do everything from making up beds, doing laundry, and assisting guest families with anything that they need during their stay. We have a team of really hardworking kitchen keepers who perform a variety of duties to ensure that the house kitchens are cleaned, well organized, and stocked with the right equipment and supplies for our families to be able to cook and have meals at the house. Our office assistants perform a variety of duties such as answering phones and greeting and welcoming guests when they arrive. And in 2019, our volunteers logged over 39,000 hours of service here at our location. So this here is what a standard guest room looks like. This is a typical room that a family would be checked into, and it's intended for families who have an expected stay of less than 60 days. This type of room has a queen-size bed with a twin pull-out bed, a TV and DVD player, a mini fridge to store water, medication, and breast milk, and its own bathroom attached. Our guest rooms are comparable to a standard hotel room with a few extra comforts like the hospitality bag that you see pictured on the bed. These bags contain items like toiletries, a stuffed animal, a reusable lunch bag, a notebook, a small blanket, a reusable water bottle, and other comforts that you might need when you find yourself away from home. We also have the 13 long-term rooms, which are for families who have an expected stay of 60 days or longer, and those rooms are more like an apartment. They have everything you see here, plus an additional living room and a walk-in closet for added storage. These are our kitchen spaces here, and as I said before, we have 9 kitchens around the house for families to use. Each guest is assigned a designated area of a refrigerator and a pantry space to store their grocery items in. We have a general use food program for families that consists of all of our donated food items that they are able to help themselves to. In addition to our food donations, we also have a breakfast bar and an extensive meal program that provides families with lunches and dinners. This here is the absolute best part of the Ronald McDonald House. I should have saved it for last. Every time a child checks into the Ronald McDonald House, each child who is a part of that stay receives a token to the Magic Room. It isn't just the patient that we focus on, it's every child who is a part of that family stay. The Magic Room is full of brand new toys and books and even gift cards. Each time a child gets to go to the Magic Room, they get to pick out a toy and a book. And as you can see here, there's some pretty awesome stuff in there to choose from. As a charity, we don't spend any of our own funding on this space. We rely really heavily on community members and supporters of the house to keep this room stocked for us. There really isn't a great way to put into words what this room means, but we have a child who stays here at the house who sums it up pretty nicely. The child who I'm referring to is 7 years old, and her name is Danny. She has been coming to the Ronald McDonald House for her whole life, and when this family comes to Milwaukee, it always makes Danny feel a little bit scared and worried because more often than not, very painful things happen to her when she's at the hospital. Danny always saves her Magic Room token for the toughest days of her visit at the hospital, and she shared that she really loves the Magic Room because it's her safe space. She said that the Magic Room is one of very few places where she can be happy and not scared about any medical procedures. This here is our secret garden. The secret garden provides a place of hope and healing for our families. It allows them to get some fresh air and be one with nature. There's a water feature, a gazebo, and a play structure, a butterfly garden, a fairy garden, an alphabet garden, and even a Mesozoic garden full of dinosaurs to play with. This here is McNugget. He's pretty cute, and he's the official cuddle coordinator of the Ronald McDonald House, which is a really big job. Mac is just part of our pet therapy program, and he provides comfort to our kiddos and parents while they stay here at the house. Most of us have pets at home that we miss when we're away. Bringing Mac and other therapy dogs into the Ronald McDonald House can help ease the burdens and stress and fear our families might be experiencing. McNugget has been such a hit with our families that we even had a plush version of him made. Now each family receives their very own McNugget to have as comfort when McNugget can't be with them. These are some awesome moments that were captured throughout the year at the Ronald McDonald House, featuring just a few of our special house programs and holiday events. We try to offer a variety of programming that can provide a welcome distraction on a family's medical journey. Up here, this is a movie night, which we do usually indoors, but when the weather allows during the year, we like to have them outside in our garden. Here's a visit with Santa, another dog who's part of our pet therapy program. The Milwaukee Admirals came to visit and played with a few of our kids in the game room. This is our Kids Can Cook program here, where kids get to take charge in the kitchen and prepare recipes. The Milwaukee Ballet came and did the Nutcracker performance here for our families in house. And this is one of our patients doing an Easter egg hunt during the holidays. This is a little bit about our Pop Tab program. We have had great community support in raising money through our Pop Tab collections. Schools, scout groups, service organizations, businesses, and individuals are all able to get involved in supporting our mission. These small gems have been a great source of charitable revenue, and each spring we hold a Tab Toss Day event and invite all groups who are collecting them to come dump their tabs. Aluminum market prices average around 40 cents a pound. Pop tabs are a really great example of a small thing that can add up to make a really big difference. We are so grateful that McDonald's has been our mission partner since the first house was built in 1974. Most people are surprised to learn that the house does not receive funding directly from McDonald's. However, the change collected in the McDonald's donation canisters, as well as other initiatives throughout the year, have resulted in over $335,000 in 2019. We're so grateful for the support we receive from the 20 independent owners and operators from 184 stores in our area. McDonald's has also introduced a roundup opportunity to its stores since fewer people carry change or cash these days. Next time you stop at a McDonald's, consider rounding up your purchase for Ronald McDonald House. Like any nonprofit, we would not be able to provide the wonderful services to our families without our signature fundraising events. We have our golf outing, chef's dinner, the Black Tie Gala, and various third-party events. Third-party events are events that friends and supporters of the house hold on our behalf. We are so grateful to community members for hosting a variety of events that benefit the house, including things like Jean Days, chili cook-offs, and food drives. Holding a fundraiser is a great way for individuals and groups to come together and support our mission. There are so many ways to help the Ronald McDonald House. It can be as simple as following us on social media, holding a food drive to stock our food pantry, collecting pop tabs from soda cans, donating anything to our house off our wish list, attending our house events, dropping change in your McDonald's drop boxes, or applying to be a house volunteer. I choose to work at the Ronald McDonald House Charities because I know that I was made to keep families close. The Ronald McDonald House is just one organization that relies on people just like you and me to bring its mission to life. Thank you all so much for attending this event tonight, and I encourage each and every one of you to find a mission that's close to your heart, something that you value, and get involved. You have all of the power to make a difference in the life of others, and I challenge you to find a way to do it.